Hi, and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kendra Ruth, here to answer another question about midlife crisis in your marriage. And today we have Chuck. Chuck's bomb drop was March of 2021 this year. He has an off and on and high energy replayer spouse. She's just recently moved out of the home. He says, my wife now lives with her alienator, but she's getting her own place on December 3rd. She wants to force the kids to spend 50% of the time with her starting on the 3rd. I've stated I agree that you should see them, and I'll support whatever they want. Her response, I don't care what they want. The only way they're getting over it is needing to spend time with me. Using Stockholm Syndrome, I guess, is what he says. Things are now heading to court as I won't force them. I'm calm, I'm neutral, but I'm holding to protecting my children's rights to some control or them having a say in this. Are there typical behavioral changes with an MLCer once this point of legal play is reached? So, Chuck, I don't know the specifics to that precise question. What I'm going to tell you is you're still very early in on it, and she's moving very quickly with this nastiness of the children, with the I don't care about what they think, and trying to be dismissive basically of them having a problem with it, because she thinks that they'll just get over it with time and facing it. You face your problems, you get over them. Well, that's not really true. We don't get over our problems, we get through them. Getting over, the language when you say over is it means I'm not going to feel this way anymore. I'm going to skip it and I'll just be fine with it. I'll erase that it's a problem. Getting through it is we come to a place of acceptance that things haven't gone our way. We have to deal with them, but it doesn't mean we like them. It doesn't mean we approve of them. It doesn't mean we agree with them. When we get over it, we don't want to deal with the part where we solve it. And solving in this case meaning just healing from it even. There are some things we can't solve, but we can heal from them. And I just want you to skip the pain part. Skip the things that it takes to get you to heal. So that and I want to get you where you are healed. Now, telling her all that isn't going to do any good. It's just you knowing that, really. Are there typical changes with her once? I think she's just going to continue to escalate this if she sees weakness in your boundaries, or if the courts give her any power with it. If the courts give her power, she's going to feel more and more entitled. And that is just going to inflate that narcissistic tendency she already has right now. She's going to get more and more egotistical. And your job is to hold to it. Your job is to get somebody on the legal side who will fight for you for that. So that you can be presenting yourself in a manner that the courts will respect what you are doing for your children. And you're doing a great job because you're saying, you'll ask the children, you're not going to keep them away, you agree that they should have time with her. There also needs to be a point where children shouldn't be forced, but that does depend on their age in the court system. Obviously, if there were a dangerous situation, you don't force, but there are points where the children don't want the situation, and yet you still need to be there, let's use the word encouraging, that relationship by saying, you know what, you need to spend time with your mother, and I know you don't like it right now, but your mother, she needs you also. And by spending time with her, let's think that maybe we can help her through this as well. I want to be really careful with that because I don't want the children to think it's their job to help her or fix her. But maybe it can mitigate, and maybe it can't. I'm just trying to give some ways of presenting this to the children, because there's going to be an age where they come and they're like, yeah, you don't have to go there. But if they're a 5-year-old, yeah, you got to go to your mom's until you can prove that it's actually abusive and dangerous. It's being unpleasant isn't enough. And I like that you are promoting they do this. You need to make sure that that is clear in written, documented. It's documented for the court saying, I want my children to have time with their mother. I want their mother to spend time with them. I want them to build the relationship because it's being eroded right now. And I think that is a terribly sad thing for my children and for my wife. We all need to work on our relationships so that we can be interdependent in a healthy way. I want you giving the language of promotion, that you're promoting all of this and you're doing a great job so far. But let's make sure that the courts also see it that way. Is she going to monster? Yes, she's going to monster. Is she going to blame? Yes, she's going to blame. She's going to do all of those things. And I can't tell you what she'll do if she continues to hit roadblocks. Will she finally deflate? And how quickly will she deflate? Don't know. It depends on the type of person she is and the level of narcissism she has right now. Look at some different people who are narcissistic in the public eye. Some of them will come up against roadblocks and back down when they realize they're not going anywhere. Some of them will double down and double down and double down. There could be that it's a greater sense of entitlement. So how much has she had of a sense of entitlement before this, growing up, that sort of thing? If she's Dudley from Harry Potter, where he was just everything and mom and dad thought he was the greatest, that might create a huge sense of entitlement. But if she was not treated as though she was important, which could have created her to be a narcissist also, but where she always had to fight for it and she was running uphill against critical parents, might create a different type of scenario within the narcissism. You're just going to have to watch, get that lawyer on your side, and keep staying strong. I know you can do it, Chuck. Good luck. I'll see everybody in the next question.